In 1968, Barbara Mickle was like many bright young college students, full of dreams and potential. The only child of her wealthy parents, her father's fortune was estimated at a staggering $65 million. Barbara was attending Emory University in Georgia to pursue her education. But sometimes life takes a turn so cruel, it feels like a horror novel come to life. Barbara's life changed drastically when she contracted the Hong Kong flu, a virus sweeping across the globe in an epidemic. Her devoted mother didn't hesitate to rush to her side, pulling her out of the student dormitory to care for her personally. Instead of bringing her home, her mother rented a hotel room, worried about spreading the infection among Barbara's roommates. It was supposed to be a place of safety, but safety was the last thing that hotel room would offer. One evening, while Barbara was recovering, a friend came by to visit her. He stayed for a while and then left, a seemingly ordinary moment. But behind that normalcy lurked danger. Early the next morning, as dawn was breaking, a sudden knock echoed through the hotel room. Barbara's mother, groggy but alert, asked who was at the door. A man's voice replied that Barbara's friend had been in an accident. He claimed to be a police officer, there to ask her some urgent questions. Her mother hesitated, but the voice sounded official, convincing. She opened the door, and her world shattered in an instant. It wasn't a police officer standing there. Instead, armed men stormed in. Before Barbara's mother could resist, they drugged her and restrained her with ropes. And then, swiftly and coldly, they turned their attention to Barbara. Helpless, sick, and terrified, Barbara was dragged out of the hotel and thrown into the back of a car. The kidnappers drove her deep into the wilderness, about 20 miles away, where a horror beyond imagination awaited. In the middle of a forest, the men had dug a hole. Inside the hole lay a coffin, specially prepared for Barbara. They ordered her to climb inside, and refusing wasn't an option. They shoved a piece of paper into her hands, with the word "kidnapped" written in bold letters, and ordered her to smile for a photograph. As her captors lowered the coffin into the ground, Barbara begged and screamed for mercy. But they reassured her in a chillingly calm tone. "Don't worry, Christmas will come, and you'll be home." They told her she'd have enough food, water, lighting, heating, and even air, thanks to tubes installed to keep her alive. Yet their mercies were cruelly limited, because when the coffin was buried and the ground covered, her only source of light, a bulb inside, burned out. Barbara was plunged into complete darkness, buried alive, trapped in a nightmare. Back at the hotel, Barbara's mother regained consciousness and immediately called the police. Meanwhile, the kidnappers sent Barbara's father a terrible demand: $500,000 in $20 bills, untraceable and unmarked. To ensure their seriousness, they sent the photograph of Barbara inside the coffin, clutching the kidnapped sign. Her father complied, publishing an ad in the newspaper they'd instructed him to, affirming their demands. But something went wrong. As the kidnappers were retrieving the ransom money from the drop-off point, a nearby police patrol spotted them. Panicked, thinking Barbara's father had alerted the authorities, they threw the money into a river and fled the scene, abandoning their car. Barbara's father, desperate to save his daughter, published another ad, assuring the kidnappers that the police had not been involved. Finally convinced, the kidnappers reconnected, and this time, they successfully collected the ransom money. For Barbara, trapped underground, time stretched into an eternity. Days passed, her food supplies dwindling, her body and mind cramped in unbearable conditions. For 8 grueling days, she waited. But at last, someone made an anonymous call to police, providing Barbara's location. A massive search operation was launched, with over 100 rescuers combing the wilderness. Finally, they found an air tube protruding from the soil, a lifeline leading to her coffin. Digging with urgency, they uncovered Barbara and lifted her out. She was alive but traumatized, physically weak, and emotionally shattered. Fingerprints from the abandoned vehicle helped police identify the kidnappers: Gary Brown, a hardened criminal, and his girlfriend, Ruth Hyatt, whom he had coerced into participating in the gruesome act. Justice, however, unfolded unevenly. Gary, caught while attempting to flee with the ransom money, was sentenced to life in prison. though he was released on parole after just 10 years. Ruth evaded capture for 79 stressful days, but was finally convicted. Claiming she had acted out of love for Gary, Ruth received a 7-year sentence, but served only 4 years before securing parole. As for Barbara, surviving those 8 days buried alive was a feat that defied imagination. Her ordeal left scars deeper than words could express, yet she found strength and resilience. Remarkably, she later married the friend who had visited her during her illness, the same friend who, indirectly, had been used as a ruse by her kidnappers. Their love became her anchor, and they shared a happy life together until his passing in 2013. Barbara's story remains one of the most harrowing tales of survival and resilience, a chilling reminder of humanity's capacity for cruelty, but also its ability to endure. She may have been buried alive, but she rose from the darkness and reclaimed her life, proving that even in the face of unimaginable despair, the human spirit can triumph. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and activate the bell to receive all that is new.